Welcome to this lesson on the scientific method in biology. The scientific method is a fundamental approach that biologists use to explore and understand the living world around us. It's a systematic way of asking questions, testing ideas, and discovering new knowledge about life. In this video, we'll walk through each step of the scientific method and see how it helps us move from simple observations to solid conclusions backed by evidence. So, what exactly is the scientific method? It's a systematic process that biologists and other scientists use to investigate natural phenomena. Think of it as a structured way of studying living organisms and the world they inhabit. The scientific method helps us test our ideas in a reliable way, ensuring that the conclusions we reach are based on solid evidence rather than guesses or assumptions. This process is what separates scientific knowledge from opinion or speculation. The scientific method consists of 7 key steps that guide researchers through their investigations. Let's start with the first 4 steps. Step 1 is making an observation, where you notice something interesting in nature using your senses. Step 2 is asking a question about what you observed. Step 3 involves forming a hypothesis, which is your proposed explanation for what you've noticed. And step 4 is conducting an experiment to test whether your hypothesis is correct or not. Now let's look at the remaining 3 steps of the scientific method. Step 5 is analyzing the data you collected during your experiment. This means looking at your results carefully and organizing them in meaningful ways. Step 6 is drawing a conclusion, where you decide whether your experimental results support your hypothesis or contradict it. Finally, step 7 is communicating your results by sharing your findings with other scientists through presentations or publications, so others can learn from your work and build upon it. Let's dive deeper into step 1, observation. This is where all scientific inquiry begins. Observation means using your senses, such as sight, hearing, touch, smell, and sometimes taste, to notice patterns, behaviors, or interesting phenomena in the natural world. For example, a biologist might observe that certain birds migrate south during winter, or that a particular plant only blooms at night. These observations spark curiosity and lead to questions that drive scientific investigation forward. Once you've made an observation, the next step is to ask a question. This question should be specific and testable through experimentation. A good scientific question focuses on one particular aspect of what you observed. For example, if you notice that plants near a window seem to grow taller than plants in the middle of a room, you might ask, why do plants grow taller near the window? This clear, focused question sets the direction for your entire investigation. Step 3 is forming a hypothesis. A hypothesis is your proposed answer or explanation for the question you asked. It's an educated guess based on what you already know or have observed. Importantly, a hypothesis must be testable, meaning you can design an experiment to determine if it's correct or incorrect. Using our earlier example, you might hypothesize that plants grow taller near the window because they receive more sunlight there. This gives you something concrete to test in your experiment. Now comes step 4, conducting an experiment. This is where you design and carry out a controlled test to evaluate your hypothesis. A good experiment has several important features. First, you need both a control group and an experimental group to compare results. Second, you should change only one variable at a time so you know exactly what's causing any differences you observe. Third, you must collect accurate, measurable data that can be analyzed objectively. These principles ensure your experiment produces reliable, trustworthy results. Steps 5 and 6 work closely together. In step 5, you analyze your data by organizing and interpreting the results you collected. This might involve creating graphs, tables, or using statistical methods to find patterns in your measurements. Then in step 6, you draw a conclusion based on this analysis. Here, you determine whether the evidence from your experiment supports your hypothesis or refutes it. Remember, even if your hypothesis turns out to be wrong, that's still valuable scientific information because it tells you something important about how nature works. The scientific method is incredibly important for biology and all sciences. It provides a reliable, systematic framework for understanding life and solving biological problems through evidence-based inquiry. By following these steps, scientists can turn curiosity into concrete knowledge. The scientific method is what drives progress in medicine, helping us develop new treatments and cures. It advances ecology, helping us understand and protect ecosystems. It powers breakthroughs in genetics, agriculture, and every other field of biological science. Essentially, the scientific method transforms wonder about the natural world into discoveries that benefit all of humanity.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.